Welcome back. How are we doing? It's great to see you all again here at the SCS stream. I hope you're doing well. We're back for our fourth installment of the stream, back with another SCS chat and interview. And today we're joined by none other than Raven. He's been on the stream a couple of times before for other releases. Raven, how are you doing today?
Yeah, not so bad.
Not so bad.
Hello.
We're halfway through the week. So, has it been busy for you so far?
Wednesday.
It's a Wednesday, yeah. It's a Wednesday.
Nice.
It's not too bad. It's been nice weather actually.
Getting there.
Yeah. The weather's been nice. Not that we can really see. The curtains are closed in here. 26 degrees. We're keeping it cool. It's quite nice. Hello to everyone in the chat as well. I can see lots of you in the chat joining us live over on Steam and on Twitch as well. Great to see you. Thanks for joining us this evening live from the SCS studios, and looking forward to talking more with yourself, of course, Raven. We're not going to be also just asking questions, but we're also going to be doing a little bit of a parking challenge. And today you've chosen to drive in Euro Truck Simulator 2.
Yes.
And where are you starting from? You're starting from Turkey?
I guess, yes.
It's Turkey. And that is our latest DLC for Euro Truck Simulator 2, Road to the Black Sea, which we will also be giving away a few keys for today as well during the stream, so people can have a chance of winning themselves that map expansion. And well, it's going to be all very, very exciting, of course. Hope everyone's doing well. We've got lots of people coming here from Brazil. We've got people from Morocco, Finland. I see quite a few of you on here saying hello, though. It seems like maybe the chat's lagging a little bit, but maybe that's on Twitch's side. But I'm sure you can hear us and see us all as usual. Good stuff. So if you've never joined us on the stream before, today, well, what we're doing pretty much is we kind of call it a bit of a cruising chat, a bit of SCS kind of interview with the developers, and it's just a chance for you to kind of get to know our team better here from Prague in the Czech Republic, and kind of what their roles are, what they get involved with, and you kind of get to know a little bit more about them as well. So we're not going to interrogate you, it's fine, no police investigation or anything.
Okay.
It'll be pretty standard questions. It's going to be a pretty chilled out stream.
Actually, I'm not sure if I'm going to answer your questions because I will drive, focusing on driving.
This is the problem I had last week.
Yeah.
Okay, because I actually reversed the roles last week, and I was in the hot seat.
Should I apologize in advance?
If you want to, I mean, I feel like I did that because I found it a lot harder than I imagined, because obviously sitting here in the seat is quite nice and easy. You just read the chat and ask some questions, but when you're driving and trying to answer questions, process it in your head, and also trying to not run yourself off the road.
I can't hear the truck, by the way.
No, there's no sound. There's absolutely no sound either. So that just completely throws you off on another level. It's a lot harder than you think to multitask that. I don't know how some of the streamers do it, like for hours and hours on end in real life.
Because they don't answer the questions usually.
I mean, they usually chat with the chat though, right?
Yeah. So I'm apologizing right now.
That's all right. Hey, I'm sure you're going to do fine. We'll see how you do in the parking challenge as well. You know about that, right?
I guess.
Sort of. Okay, we have a bit of a
something.
We have a leaderboard of sorts where
nice.
we time people doing a reverse parking challenge or parking the trailer in the yard like here, and we do it on the hardest setting, and we see who's going to be the fastest park off the trailer to get the green ding.
It's not gonna be me.
Oh, we got Namiro in the show.
Did you guys not live?
We are live. Hey, thank you. He's bringing the drinks. So there he is, our butler for this evening.
Okay.
It's Namiro, our personal assistant. If you want anything else, you just can click your fingers and he'll get it for you.
I'm driving. I can't. Yeah.
That's it. All right. So, how are we doing? How are we doing, everybody in the chat? Got people from all over the world watching, and someone just said actually they got their package from the eShop about an hour ago. Glad that you got your merchandise. That's good to see as well. If you want to go check out our eShop, eshop.scssoft.com, we've got some great sales going on there. And if you could see what our office looks like right now, have you walked past the eShop where it's just
it's just packages everywhere.
Hundreds of boxes, just absolutely everywhere, full of merchandise going out. So if you're looking to grab anything on the clearance sale, because unfortunately the eShop is closing coming November, then make sure you do get your hands on things as quickly as possible, because they're just flying out the door. I feel really sorry for the delivery guy or the postman who has to come every day and collect the hundreds of packages.
And probably we should reopen it.
Maybe.
Just like eShop is returning, and
due to popular demand.
It's like with Resident Evil movies, they are always like
always carrying on.
Yeah.
That's it.
We should do that.
Exactly. And we've got lots of people in the Steam chat as well. We've got Antares as well. Great to see you all. Glad that you can be with us. Right. Should we start your first journey then? We'll get you going on the questions.
Is it alright if I'll just stay here and we will chat?
It might be a bit more. It might be a bit more interesting if you start actually
Okay.
driving. It might be a
Okay,
bit more
good,
interesting.
good news is I have a trailer, so
That's good. And we're gonna head out. What kind of trailer do you have? Is it chemicals or gas or something? Ah,
it's kind of tank or a silo.
tanker. Yeah, silo.
Okay.
Nice one. All right. Well, wish you the best of luck. I'm sure you'll do fine. Take it easy. It's all chill. It's all chill. And we're gonna keep it with a very simple question at first.
Yep.
For those that might not have seen you on the streamer before, could you introduce yourself?
Okay. I am this one. It's a raven.
He's got the Raven paint job out.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
it. Okay, easy to explain.
I'm lost with the cameras, but yeah, it's Raven. I'm Raven, and currently I'm team leader of research department, which is still kind of new position for me
Hmm.
because before I was ATS ATS researcher.
Mm.
Yep.
Great, that's good. And you've been on the stream quite a few times before, kind of explaining how
Yeah,
your job works with different research things you've been working on.
I'm old one.
That's
here.
it. Yeah. So maybe you could explain maybe a little bit about your history. You know, how did you come to be working at SCS? Maybe some of your education of what you were doing before, etc. Like that. Is it
Okay.
something you studied for? Would you say?
I could say that. It's like long history. I'm not the youngest in the company because we have many people, like we can say teenagers. We still have some teenagers here. But
Oi.
okay, I was looking at you.
You can blame me for that
Hopefully
one.
the tracks. Yeah, I can blame you.
You can blame me.
So yeah, it's like from the beginning I was studying kind of car mechanic
Hmm.
because in that age around 15 you just don't know what to do, so you have to make a decision what will you do all life, and the time you have no idea what you want to do. So I started as a car mechanic or auto mechanic. Then it went pretty well. It's like in the theory, I'm not car mechanic in real life. I'm happy if I can change like my summer tires for winter, like just two sets.
Yep.
Yep. And after that, I studied logistics. It's like transport, logistics, and these things. Of course, when I finished my studies, which was it's like high school here, because it's completely different system in every country, so it's hard to say which school was that. But I guess it's high school. That's the closest one.
Hmm.
Then I started to work in the business as a like logistic operator. I guess I spent there 2 months.
Wow.
That
Okay.
was just crazy because these days, or actually I'm talking about like 1 decade ago, but in Czech Republic it wasn't about like you are organizing something like you have someone who needs to move something somewhere. You are not connecting these people with trucking companies, but you are just looking for new companies you can work for. So I was like kind of operator. After 2 months, I just got enough, and the time I've got a nice job offer, and I was testing cars for like the biggest Czech manufacturer. Shouldn't name it, I guess.
I guess it's pretty obvious to figure out, hopefully, for most
Yeah,
people.
I guess everybody knows. And I spent there almost 4 years. So I was just like taking driving skills.
Right.
Anyway, if you are watching me right now, you will not trust me, but that's not my problem.
No, it translates differently, you know. It's a
Yeah,
bigger vehicle and stuff.
That's Alex's fault. You
Yes,
know,
yeah,
because
you
he's
can blame
talking to me while driving.
Yep. I'm a distraction.
And
Like, what can I say?
after that, I don't know what was that. I felt a bit settled or something, and I said like, let's change it. So a bit heavy. So I just decided to try some adventure,
Hmm.
and I moved to Australia,
Oh, wow, okay.
especially for studies,
Hmm.
just language. Because before, between that works and school, I just there was 1 year on language academy. So I wanted to speak English. So
Mhm.
that time when I went to Australia, I couldn't. I was just afraid to order a drink in a pub or something because it was. I barely spoke English. Now I have opposite problem because now when I'm in Czech, I'm just losing all the skills, all the language skills. But yeah, it's another apology when I'm talking some nonsenses.
Wow.
Yeah, I spent 7 years abroad, approximately 6 years in Australia, and then 1 year in New Zealand. That was kind of different holiday.
Okay. Wow.
And then I went back to the Czech Republic, and then I was waiting for some nice job because what I realized in Australia, you can work for a big company
Mhm.
and still it's very nice environment because my previous is it word? What I've seen in Czech Republic, I thought it's almost impossible to have like big company with nice environment.
Mhm.
So I was kind of waiting for 1 year and just doing some, what was necessary to do. I don't know, when I was visiting my parents in my country, I was just, there was cemetery and they need to cut the grass. So, I just took this job.
Little
and-
odd jobs and stuff.
Because I was kind of, there was no pressure to earn money at that time.
Right,
Because when
right.
I came back from abroad, that was thing I didn't have to think about. So I just got some money, just to go to restaurant or pub to see friends, and I was waiting. Actually, I skipped that part in Australia. When I was in Australia, I was studying language,
Mhm.
but I studied college as well.
Okay.
College was focusing on website development
Mhm.
and later on multimedia. So with this skill, I thought, wow, I'm back in Czech. I have some certificate from abroad, and companies are waiting for me. But it wasn't like that. So I've tried some interviews, especially for I don't know, like networking, just do this stuff. But the first I've got like one interview on the phone, maybe two, and it was just embarrassing. I said like, wow, this is not the way. So I was kind of waiting, but the time when I was looking for a job, I just checked one site and I found like SCS Software. Funny thing was when I was in Australia, I was playing Euro Truck Simulator.
Really? Okay.
I could say like that time I've got like 80 hours played.
Okay.
So that was something I liked because it's all about the vibe. It's like relaxing. In Australia, what worked for me, I used to work night shifts, and just imagine you are in Australia during the summertime.
Mhm.
You finish at work, and the day it's like the sun is rising, and it's just awesome. And last thing you wanna do is to go to bed.
Mhm, mhm.
Even if you were tired, you just couldn't sleep because nice day just behind the windows. And so I don't know how I just seen this game and I just tried it. And it was my kind of ritual. Every morning after night shift, too slow, sorry. Every morning after night shift, I was just playing the game and kind of
Chilling out.
yeah,
Vibing, right?
Sometimes I was, like a little nap. I wasn't just it wasn't like scripted in the game, but I was almost sleeping. And yeah, that's I've got with touching this game. That time I had no idea that it's Czech game.
Mhm.
I liked. One impression was like a nice selection of the radio stations.
Mhm.
I don't know, there was some dubstep or drum and bass radio, which I said like, wow, it's pretty cool because that time it was everywhere. And yeah, so that was first connection with this company or with this game. When I went back to the Czech Republic, I remember I was sick, even if it was almost summertime, and I've got like 4 weeks at home. So I was again playing this game, so I've got some more hours. And now back to that part, I said like I was looking for a job, and I've seen, wow, this is this company, they do this game, and I said like, I said like I have no idea what I'm gonna do there, but for sure this is an interesting project, and I would like to be part of it, anyhow, time. So I applied. At the time it was web designer, which was kind of new thing. So I just applied. I've done somehow the test for map designers. That's pretty funny. You know, I have to laugh when I look back how I made the map. It was just I just need one small silo. So I just took all like petrol refinery or oil refinery, and I just burned it buried it
Under the ground, yeah.
And I just used that like 1% of all the depot, you know. So I believe it was kind of a miracle that I've got here, but I've got here. So I started early 2018. It was February, I guess, and okay, we are fine. We can keep going, and yeah, I was map designer, but then I realized one issue that you have to be creative. Basically, the job is about to be creative every day. Just if I'm going.
Yeah, I think it goes on and around. I think so.
Okay. Yes, so what was that? Yeah, to be creative every day, it's not easy. You know, it's when I started here, I was afraid of this. Like, can I do it? Like, to be creative every day. And then when the time was running, because you have like 3 months probation, so I realized that it's not the best. It's not going the good direction with me, because I was stuck. My team leader told me that time that I'm like a painter with the brush and just still waiting and thinking, and that's the thing you can't. You know, it's still kind of production, and you should be effective and kind of fast. So yeah, the time was going 3 months, and at the end we had just chat with my leader. The time the father was here, so with him as well, and they just told me like, I don't know if they said like it wasn't so bad, but it was slow, and that was the main point. So at the time I was like, wow, I'm done in this company, and you know, it was like the dream is disappearing. But the time I was pretty lucky that they were just opening a new department. The time that was research department, and the time there was just Dirk, that's the European guy. You've seen him in some podcast maybe. So he was first researcher in this company, and they said like, the research it makes sense. So sorry, should watch mirrors. So they said like, yeah, he's doing good job, and we would like to make this department bigger. So I was asked if I want to join this team, and I said like, of course. So the time, that's funny thing. The time I was feeling like, wow, it was fail, and you know, I wanted to blame many people around me, because of course it's not my fault. But after 1 week, I was just, wow, research is something for me, because I'm that kind of person. Usually when I go to work, like in a train, bus, whatever, subway, I'm just googling stuff.
Right.
It's you read something in news and you just Google, and I'm that kind of person. And the time it was, when I look from this time back, it's just everything, you know, fixed together. And yeah, it makes sense actually. I'm pretty comfy with these.
You're pretty happy now these days.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's the story how I started in the research department.
That's crazy, because I don't think I even knew that you went to Australia for, was it 6 years, right?
Yeah.
6 years, and whereabouts were you in Australia?
Actually, I was stuck in Sydney
Sydney, the entire time.
Yeah, almost all the time. Because the time I was a bit younger, I've got full of energy. So what I needed was Sydney, because here in Czech Republic, I'm from small village, and then that was actually my first time when I was in big city. Let's say Prague is kind of, I don't know, it's a big city here, but Sydney was like 6 times bigger, 5 times bigger, and that was completely different world out there, which I was like researching new area, and yeah, so I was stuck in Sydney. I would just really few trips. And at the end of my stay in Australia, I was preparing that I'll go to New Zealand, and my plans were like, I will travel a lot in New Zealand, which happened actually. They have nice trucks in New Zealand. They have really steep hills.
Right, yeah, it's very hilly.
All the trucks with engine brake. That was cool.
Wow, I mean, yeah, because I actually lived in Australia for 2 years,
Mm-hmm.
and I went to New Zealand as well during that time. I
Yep.
went to Auckland, but I was mainly in Melbourne, so I was in Victoria.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was in Melbourne for
Yeah,
3
yeah,
days.
and then I also went down to Tasmania,
Mhm.
nice island. Yeah, so really, really
Been
cool.
there. Shane?
Yeah. And I also went into New South Wales, into a few places in that state as well. But yeah, Australia, it's much more different than I expected. I mean, you kind of have a stereotype of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you think of Australia, you think of desert, kangaroos just hopping in the sunset,
Yeah.
and there's nothing really there. But I mean, some areas are very developed. I heard Sydney's. I didn't get a chance to go to Sydney, but I heard it's like very
That's my
busy and just built up and urban and just
Yeah.
much more dense than you think it is.
That used to be my playground, you know,
Yeah,
with
yeah.
all the little coffee shops. Which at the time, that was like, we call it like hipster coffee shops. That was something new in Sydney. It wasn't here, but here now it's everywhere. But at the time, it was kind of like pioneering these areas. It was pretty cool.
Mm.
So now I hope one day, hello, not one day, when we are doing Australia, I will go there for some research or something.
Yeah, who knows whenever that will happen?
Yeah.
I mean, that could be tens, hundreds of years away. Who knows? But
Yeah. One day.
one day maybe, one day. But yeah, and it's crazy how those kind of experiences brought you together, like mechanical experience with cars, and then enjoying kind of like the driving, finding the game and stuff
Actually,
like
I should mention that I have driving license for truck.
that. Mm-hmm.
Not for. It's like just. It's called C here. C. Here.
Okay,
But
yeah.
it's not with trailer. Basically, I can drive anything but without trailer.
A trailer. Okay, so you
Yeah.
could drive this Volvo
Yeah.
if it didn't have a trailer.
Yeah,
on.
exactly. So
Okay,
there is no
okay.
limitation how big the truck is.
But I mean, I'll tell you something funny. I don't have my driver's license, but I'm having my driving test in 3 weeks.
Nice.
But not here in Prague. It'll be back in London. So
Hopefully, we'll get back.
yeah, I'm
Wait for
hoping
that,
it's
but
all going to work out.
Fingers
Okay,
crossed.
we'll see how it goes. Yeah, because I mean, where I've lived in the city so much, you know, public transport. Prague has great public transport,
Mhm.
metro, and everything. Same with London. I've just never not needed it. But I mean, it's a great skill to have, and to even drive trucks as well. It's like quite a hard kind of task to do to learn how to drive
Yeah.
a truck, because obviously they're so much more wider. I didn't really get to go into a truck that's driving until I came here to SCS Software, and I've been on a few trips inside of the truck.
Yeah.
And wow, I mean, it's much wider than expected, and you're much
Exactly,
higher up as well,
exactly.
like the viewpoint. And yeah, imagine the test for that couldn't have been easy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've got this impression when I've seen American trucks like inside interior. That was wow. That's like house on wheels.
That's what it feels like. That's what it feels
Yeah.
like. But have you had to drive a truck recently at all, or you haven't driven for a
About
while?
10 years ago.
Ah, okay,
probably.
okay.
Because when I was working as a driver, a test driver, we've got like 3 people. They were driving the towing truck
Mhm.
in case we've got the unpleased situation of accident or something.
Oh, right,
and
okay, okay.
and the car was damaged so much that we had to drive there. So I
Mhm.
was one of them. But I think I've never I've never been in action like getting the truck, because we've got new truck and we just try to drive it that, but I never towed. I never had to pick any car. so,
Gotcha, gotcha.
yeah.
Makes sense. I
So-
mean, that's a very interesting history, though. I didn't realize you had so much that had happened in all of that time, all the different things that you've been doing, and how you got into your role. Because I was on very similar again to you, where I went for a map designer role,
Yeah.
but luckily they didn't make me do the map test or anything. They actually said, actually, we think you'd be better for this role before I went into the team. So yeah, I can't imagine it would have been easy to do that.
Exactly. That's the thing you don't realize, but just to be a map designer, it's like
It's hard.
it's very hard.
It is
That's-
incredibly hard.
That's always when I think about people, what map designers have to do. It's all the details and everything, and their knowledge about signs and everything. It's just perspective, and
Mhm.
especially when you are designing big city, sometimes it's completely different, like from all the views.
Mhm.
Especially when you are driving around the city.
Right.
So it's kind of crazy. What I wanted to say, when I was driving on a daily base, let's say I was driving around 3,000 kilometers every week. So with my respect were truck drivers,
Okay.
because always when you see the monster and you know, sometimes they had to handling the truck in a really narrow
Roads.
opposite of wide, narrow
Right.
roads, streets, especially in cities. Well, it's just, you know, sometimes the truck will block the road.
Mhm.
You just jumped out and you just showed him like, hey, I'm here to help you or something. It's really respect for these guys.
So it's definitely like a trucker family sort of
Yeah,
thing, right?
yeah, kind of. You've got that. You know, we were drivers, just small like normal cars, but just that AIs in the game. But when you see the guys on gas station and you chat with them a little bit, you just, you know, you just show them kind of respect.
Mhm, mhm. Yeah, it's nice. It's a
That's
nice
what
thing
they
to do.
deserve.
Yeah, absolutely.
But shame that like like if I say normal drivers, they don't have respect for truck drivers.
Mm.
You know, and especially with I like the communication when he you know, you were overtaking him or something, and he said thank you with like the right left.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
and,
yeah.
and these kind of messages usually people don't recognize it, but once you know the communication language, kind of, it's you know, it's something a little bit different.
That's cool. That's cool to know. It's cool to know. Oh,
Brakes.
almost.
Too heavy.
Well, we've got a lot of people in the chat. It seems like Twitch might be having a few problems on their side. It's not from our side, so hopefully you can see us all well. But lots of people in the chat as well still here. But it's good to see you all. We'll continue streaming anyway.
Are they
but-
complaining about how I'm driving? Because I
No.
guess I'm not. Okay,
No,
you are a liar, I guess. But
No.
I'm slow, and yeah, I'm just not focusing. So, sorry.
Not at all. But what I was going to say is that we are going to probably give away our very first key that we have to give away for Road to the Black Sea. And I'm not sure if you're familiar with how we give away keys on this stream. Basically, the way it works is that we have to think of a keyword, and then we get everybody to type that keyword into the chat to enter the giveaway. So we have a few Road to the Black Sea keys to give away, and I guess maybe we could ask you, what word should we come up with? You could be any word whatsoever. Maybe something we'll just
One
chat
word?
about. Just one word, yeah.
The mighty raven, but it's
Raven?
the mighty one.
The
No.
mighty one.
No.
We could just do Raven though.
Yeah.
Do you want to do Raven?
It's a bit selfish, but why
It's
not?
not at all, not at all. Okay, folks, so we're going to do our first key giveaway for this stream. If you're joining us on Twitch, then you can enter this giveaway. The giveaway keyword is going to be Raven. That's RAVEN. Raven is the word, and you could win yourself a copy of Road to the Black Sea. It's our latest DLC map expansion for Euro Truck Simulator 2, and well, Raven is driving in it right now. So if you'd like to enter this competition, Raven is your keyword, and that can be done right now. And we'll leave that running for a few minutes. You know, people will just spam your name in the chat.
Oh,
As you can
that's
Raven.
okay. I'll stop here and I'll just watch it.
There you go. Yeah, look at that. It's great, isn't it?
That's like kind of pleasure.
Who? Raven. All right. So you've already covered quite a few of the questions that I was going to ask, but that's absolutely fine. That's no problem. But obviously, we know that you're a research team leader, and you said that that's kind of changed kind of the roles of what you do from what you were doing previously, because you got into this new position about how long ago? Was it last year?
Actually, it's 2.5 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Well, but like I'm in a research department, but
Oh, in
in
department.
this position it's 6 months.
6 months. Okay.
six,
Yeah.
7, 8.
In your newer position, yeah.
From the beginning of this year.
And maybe you've seen it before on previous streams. I think you can find them on YouTube. But the research team, they really go in depth. I mean, we're talking crazy means of research of that you ask them to find one thing and they will give you an encyclopedia about this subject,
Yeah,
right? I mean, we've seen
try.
it before with, you know, farms and such like that for previous DLCs. And although you may not be able to talk about what you're doing right now, in the past, of course, yeah, because obviously they're much more ahead than a lot of the other teams working on things, working way ahead. But in the past, you've obviously worked on quite a few of the previous DLCs. And is there any kind of project that you enjoyed the most? One that's obviously already out. I mean, I can guess that maybe research does get a bit repetitive at times. But was there anything that you found quite fun while you're doing researching? Is there anything that kind of sticks out?
Actually, it is. The thing with the research departments, like no one had idea what we will do, because it's kind of unusual department. If you check another game developers, usually they don't have like research department. Because
True.
why? Because probably they have, I don't know if I say Kingdom Come, it's like a historical game. They have to have they need some like historical consultants or something. Sorry, but it's not usual position for like game developers. So they said you will be support for asset designers or asset department or vehicle department, and the role wasn't, you know, I haven't got any borders, which was pretty good. I knew that I should support these guys. I should save their time because they didn't have to look for many things by themselves. But I've got pretty much like space and I could try many things, like different ways of searching. I don't know, of course, Googling, but then you have some special applications you can use, even if there is some paid application for truck drivers or something. Nice example is in ATS we have Rand McNally that like wrote Atlas for truckers.
Okay.
That's another one. We've got tip from community that such a thing exists, and wow, that's exactly what we needed, because now when we design new DLC, we just look on it from different perspective, because it's official like truckers guide, and so we had no borders. We just said like we would like to try this book, and we've got the book. So
that makes you very, very unique to
Yeah.
other departments. Yeah. So you kind of have free reign of what you're doing, almost in a sense.
exactly. So
Yeah.
so it wasn't with each DLC you have to do same things, but it's all the time it's like kind of new challenge, because some DLC is just one state, another one it's like 5 small states or 3. You know history of released games, so it's always kind of different challenge. The generic research is kind of boring, because it's many things. You are just like
Repeating.
clicking Google Street View map and just, you know, making notes, and it's very, very long task, but it's like necessary evil. But still, when we've done our job, and sometimes there was like between 2 DLCs we've got some gap and we tried something new. So let's say we were not focusing. When we were preparing some DLC, we were not focusing on the vehicle department so much. So the time we just, hey guys, you need something from us, because they were not used to that. They have support from us, but yeah, we just tried and they were happy, kind of. So now we are supporting vehicle department as well.
That's good.
It's of course it's like official trucks, and they've got some materials from manufacturers, but of course we give them support if necessary.
So really, it's about finding different ways that you can find answers to things in places you wouldn't necessarily think to look. Because I think that's everyone's go-to, right? Everyone finds it so simple these days to find things, you know, just Google and that's it. But in reality, not everything is on the internet. I mean, a lot of things on the internet, but it might be in more physical forms that have been uploaded, like a document or a book or something like that, right?
Yeah, I remember sliding windows. Once we went for lunch, and here, somewhere around this building there was some TV, and they've got I think it was Man the truck. And that time we needed like we need to check shape of window and how it looks like and how is it sliding. So we just asked the driver, hey, can we take footage of sliding windows in your truck? And he was like, why would you know, he was confused why do we want it, because usually, you know, it's unusual if
Yeah,
someone
of
asks you
course.
this thing.
Yeah.
So he was, I don't know, in the beginning maybe he was thinking like we are gonna, I don't know, steal something from his truck. But at the end we say like, hey, we work for this company. I believe some of us got the t-shirts, and at the end the guy knew our game, and he said like, yeah, that's what I do when I finish my finish my official job. I go home and I relax with this game. So.
More driving.
yeah, exactly. But he said like during the day I'm driving for my boss, but this is when I'm driving after work. It's for me, you know.
It's for you, yeah.
All the money go to me.
I guess that must be a nice feeling. So yeah, I guess those things that you're looking for can really pop up in really unexpected places.
Yeah.
Right. And have you had the opportunity to travel anywhere for research in the past, or not as of yet?
Actually, I knew that some departments went to the city just checking the trees, especially over vegetable department, so-called vegetable department.
The famous vegetable department.
Last year, 2019, we were on Getz in Texas.
Yeah, I remember actually. Yeah, you went.
Yeah, it was kind of. I was pretty lucky that I've got there because there was this exhibition. They needed some people to go there, and it made sense just to see the community, just to say hello. Of course, I was there with camera taking some pictures for vehicle department, just in case, for future tracks, because sometimes we are missing some details. And now when I see what we are looking for, if I could go there again and took another pictures, because it's always some detail you miss, and it's not provided by manufacturer. And but that was a chance like this, just to meet community. But at the time we said, if you see American map, Texas, it's kind of, you know, just have a look on the map, and Texas will be one day, will come one day.
One day.
And so we said, like, why not? We can check Texas.
Yeah, because where was the actual convention held? It was in Houston?
It's Dallas.
Oh, Dallas.
Yeah.
Dallas. That's one. So it is in actually the heart of. Is that Texas? It's not in Texas, is it? Dallas?
Huh?
Is it in Texas? Dallas?
Yes.
It is. Yeah.
It's not capital, but
Not the capital. Yeah. What is the capital?
it's Austin.
Austin, Texas.
That's
Yeah.
the information I know because of research. Many people is like, wow,
But
it's not Dallas.
Because I remember just maybe a couple weeks afterwards, me and Oscar went to Seattle to go to PAX in Seattle, and we were showing off Washington there.
But that was wasting of time because the researches were done already.
Oh, I know. I mean,
was released,
you know, we're
so
marketing. We're meant to be, showing off the game. That was our job there.
Okay.
But I remember because I think you were sending us some photos to put on the social media and stuff like that. So I remember seeing a lot of photos from not only just on the showgrounds, but you out with the community and obviously eating out and kind of checking out the area as well. And you even got to go and meet some of the community who were truck drivers as well, right?
Of course.
Yeah. And
that was another thing. Once you are there, you see everything from different perspective. Because on that truck show, we've seen basically it was 2 days, and we were hanging with 15 people. Some of them were like modders. Some of them were just fans. And of course, some of them were just fans and truck drivers.
Right, gotcha.
So we meet these people, and they told us everybody, or some of them, they've got list of, hey, I wanted to tell you, you should fix this and this and this. Basically, they were reporting bugs to us,
Yeah, it happens.
It's like a real life bug reporting.
Yeah.
It was really nice feedback. So
I mean, people are very passionate. I mean, even looking at the Twitch chat here tonight, we have a lot of people who are talking about the game and how they have their ideas for improvements and stuff. And I'll say it now because I know a lot of people have been asking about different ideas and collaborations and whatnot. If you do have any ideas, then chuck them over at our forums because it's the best place to put them.
Yeah, for sure.
Forums.scsoft.com, because when you put it in the chat, as much as I love to read them and try remember them, they're gone in about 10 seconds up the chat. So if you want to put it somewhere permanently where our team can see it, then head over to our forums, forums.scsoft.com. And while we're quickly on this quick chatter here as well, let's roll the winner for the giveaway because we almost forgot about that. So if you haven't already, Raven is the keywords that we put in. You can win yourself a Road to the Black Sea key. We're going to draw 2 winners for that.
Wow.
Road to the Black Sea for ETS2. The keyword is Raven, R-A-V-E-N. I'll give you 10 more seconds and then we'll roll it. Just don't roll your truck. I'm going to roll the giveaway, not roll the truck.
Oh, getting there.
All right, 5 more seconds, folks. In 4, 3, 2, 1. People are putting hawk, like a in retaliation. Hawk.
Is it provocation?
Okay, and our first winner is Vladcorn85. Congratulations, Vladcorn. We will be in short contact with you we'll be in contact with you very shortly via Twitch Whispers, and we're going to roll it again one more time as well. And of course, if you already own this DLC, you can give it away to a friend or anyone that you may know as well, because they come in key form. We'll roll it one more time. Marvin_2003 with a picture of Detective Pikachu. I think that's a very worthy winner. That's a good movie. I do like Detective Pikachu. Good movie.
Let's see.
You haven't seen it?
Yeah.
Oh, you need to watch it. Good movie for when you're at home. Definitely for sure. If you enjoy to watch movies or not. So congratulations, you two. I'll be throwing you a whisper very shortly. So keep an eye out on your Twitch Whispers. Let me get these keys over first. I'll send you a message now. Go to the Black Sea.
It's
Sorry.
an engine brake. I can't hear it.
Yeah,
I was looking forward, this sound to hear it, and
There's no sound.
I'm slowing down, so it's engine brake.
Oh, you want an engine brake?
Because I mapped the steering wheel, but I didn't remember it.
If you need to, you can put it in.
Ah, yeah.
You can escape and click the keyboard and see the binds if you need to. Okay, so both of the winners have been contacted. Please check your whispers for the key. And let me know if you got it okay. GG. Don't worry though, folks, there will be another chance to win during the stream as well, so do not worry. We've got plenty more opportunities to win Road to the Black Sea for Euro Truck Simulator 2, which Raven is driving in now.
Damaging the game.
Good stuff. Cool. But yeah, so I imagine going back to what we were just talking about, you at GATS.
What we are
Yeah, GATS. I imagine that must have been quite a nice highlight. It's a bit different. Obviously, going away from your desk and going actually out, to a different country and meeting fans out there.
So, what I wanted to say, just whenever you would like to help us, just forum is the number one.
Number one.
And
form.
but in the US, we've met the community, and they just took us to truck stops, just real ones. For us from Europe, it's something we've never seen before.
It's quite unusual to see here, right? Yeah.
Exactly, because truck drivers in Czech Republic, they can barely find space where to park or where to crash overnight. So because the gas stations, or even if they have some area as we can call truck stop, it's not big enough, so it's always packed with trucks. So in the US that was something completely different, something huge, and we were there during the summertime, and you just hear the noise, for example, because all the trucks were parked there, all the trucks had running engines and air cons, of course. It's Texas.
Yep, all the time.
And so we had no idea, because when you try to recreate it in map editor, you have no idea about the sound, and actually it's so noisy.
All the truck stops are, yeah.
Yeah.
Because everyone's running on idle all the time. Is that why?
Yeah,
Their
exactly.
engines are just. And I imagine.
Just imagine like 100.
Yeah, if you have 100 trucks all lined up, parked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that makes it quite different, and also not just that, but also you get like the heat from the engines as well, and
It's like 40 degrees. So
the air cons, so they'll be
yeah.
intaking the air, so you get that constant noise of the air intake as well.
Exactly.
And also it must be a lot of lights as well from like the trucks and stuff.
But you have truck driver next to you who is a fan of the game, and he's showing you like, hey guys, this detail on this truck, you should do this and do that. Actually, it was nice. I'm not sure if I should mention some concrete names, but there was a truck driver in blue truck, and he could drive with him for a couple of. I could look there as well. Nice, I just realized. We could drive few miles with him, and that was my first time when I was sitting in American truck.
Which
hitting-
truck was it?
It was Kenworth.
Ooh, nice.
Sorry, I don't know the number, the new one, not,
Mhm.
not the the modern
Oh,
one.
quite spacious.
Yeah, and he just explained us many things. Funny thing was, we were sitting in a truck, and the driver got his laptop there, and you could see American Truck Simulator there running,
Mhm, mhm.
and exactly same truck in the game.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was
Exactly
like
the same.
when you are like looking at a picture in a picture, you know. It was, that was cool.
That must have been quite cool. Yeah. So he's kind of like recreated everything as he wants it in,
Yeah,
in
yeah.
the virtual game.
So yeah, we've got we could see these guys, and of course when we were just walking around the truck stops, we've got some attention because it was, I don't know, it was 10 of us, and all the drivers, hey guys, what are you looking here? You don't look like truck drivers, and we start to chat with them. Some of them they knew the game, some of them they had no idea. So
Mhm.
now it's up to you to do better marketing.
Do
in
my
the
job.
US.
Do
Yeah,
your job better,
just
Alex.
do it. Yeah, but it was nice surprise. There was few people. They just met us in the street. I'm too slow, by the way. They just met us in the street, and they've seen T-shirts,
Mhm.
and they said like, "Hey guys, you have all of you sent T-shirts. Are you the developers or something?" And so we just had nice chats in the street, and
Mhm.
yeah, it was pretty cool.
That's the cool thing that I noticed about America. People are quite friendly in the streets and say
Yeah.
hello to each other and wouldn't say things sometimes about you.
Yep.
And it's quite different over there. I do like it. And if you had the opportunity to go back and do kind of similar things, would you do?
Of course.
Yeah. Do you have any like kind of destinations that you're like, yeah,
All of
I
them,
definitely want to
all
go
of
visit? All of them?
Yeah.
Ooh, nothing like that's on top of the list, or do you have like a not just everywhere is the same for you?
Like research wise.
Oh, or whatever.
It's,
I mean,
it's all of them, but I would like to go to Washington because Washington, that's my type of, it's green, it's Pacific Northwest.
Mhm,
That's
mhm.
what I like. It's not so hot there.
you should have came with us, man.
You say it like that. You even have,
It wasn't my decision.
You haven't
but-
called like, hey, come with us. Actually, I think the time when we were in Texas, you went to.
Yeah, we
Oh,
were in Seattle. Yeah,
So just could go there.
hey, just hop over, quick hop.
Next time.
Next time, man. Next time, yeah.
But who knows when?
I mean, yeah, that's the thing, right? With travel, it's
Hopefully
unfortunate.
soon.
Hopefully, I do miss it a lot. It's always like the best part of the job is meeting people from our community and kind of getting out into the world and meeting different people and their stories and stuff like that. And yeah, hopefully we can get back to that soon. But for now, this is good.
But I really love that thing when people realize that you are from the team and they
Right.
are like, hey. And that ideas, you see the light bulb. Hey, have you ever think about this
Yeah.
one? And
You got to get the
it was
notepad
awesome.
out and start writing it down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I'm taking my notes. Okay.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to meet people from our community, and you can tell how passionate they are about the game as well, which is great.
It's just awesome.
It's
you know,
really, really
just-
awesome.
We are really happy that we have this community.
Absolutely. And going on to another question, because we've covered a lot in this time that we've been talking. What do you like most about working at SCS? So is it, a lot of people have said some interesting things, stuff like, oh, I like the benefits, like having a pool table or stuff like that, or like it's nice to have kind of the open plan and
For
you
sure,
can talk to people.
yeah.
But what do you like the most?
That's what you mentioned. It's just the office. It's awesome.
The office
even,
itself.
even people when they come here, I don't know. Some YouTubers were here many times, and
Mhm.
they were like, "Wow, this is very nice." So the environment you work in, it's awesome. We have some benefits.
Mhm.
That's another thing, to make it better. But what I said, usually when you have bigger company, let's say over 100, especially in Czech Republic, it's not so friendly environment. It's kind of corporate already with that number, and it's still not here. I don't feel this one. Of course, probably we will have to go that direction one day, but still, you can meet the owners here. You can chat to them. We have meetings with Pavel. It's like any worker can ask Pavel whatever he wants. So that's their space. The
Right.
problem is that Pavel, you give him one question and he talks like for hours. Hi, Pavel. No,
He said it, not me. I mean,
okay, I'm done. No, it's nice because still when you ask Pavel one question and he's answering like 1 hour, that means he's still like kind of patient
Absolutely.
about the game. Passionate? That's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
word?
yeah.
No, not patient. Sorry. So that's one indicator. It's all the environment,
Mhm.
all the people here, and still we are working on a project and we don't have like tunnel vision. Still you can choose kind of what you want to do. If you have new ideas, you can just tell them,
Mhm.
and it's not like I have idea, but I'm not gonna tell it because it's gonna
Be
be
ignored or
yeah,
something. Yeah.
ignored or
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? I mean, it's nice to have that tight knit, and I found it so crazy that obviously that people like Pavel and stuff are here on a daily basis in the office, and you can just go visit them because most workplaces that I've worked at, I know the CEO's name maybe, but you never see them. You know,
Yeah,
so it feels like
exactly.
it's still such a small kind of tight knit kind of family, kind of still very close team. Even though in reality we're almost 200 people strong, right? It still feels like a very close knit kind of office, which is a really nice benefit to have, and everyone can kind of get to know each other over these little things that we have. The
Mhm.
office, like the kitchen, obviously coffee,
yeah.
tea. I bring Yorkshire tea from England. It's only on the small side of the kitchen. I don't know if the other side of the office know that, because honestly, this office feels so big now. You feel like you're crossing another border when you go into the other side.
Yeah,
Like when I come over to
It's
to your side, I
Odyssey,
feel like I
you
shouldn't
know.
be there.
Yeah.
It's not my area. But yeah, no. But it's crazy how much we've grown, and especially after I came back from being in England, I didn't realize how many new people had joined as well. That's crazy.
The
Always
sad
going.
thing, it's we would like to like have a faster production a little bit.
Mhm.
So we have many people, and even I was always trying to remember all the new people. But sometimes you see some face here, and you say like, is this guy working here, or he's just some kind of technician
Yeah,
fixing
yeah,
some
yeah.
lights or something?
So with this one, do you want to do your parking challenge now on this
no,
one?
I have to try.
You have to do it now.
Not now.
No, this is the hard one, right? You're doing. So I mean, you might as well do the parking challenge now.
No, later.
Later?
Next one.
You're gonna do practice first.
Yeah, exactly.
I like it. I like his thinking.
Seriously,
Okay.
I haven't played for ages.
Practice first. Next one. We'll get the next one.
Yeah.
All right. So, but yeah, no, I completely agree with that. I think it's really nice. Obviously, a bit harder at times when we had to work from home, but for now we're okay.
And it works especially with me because when you have experience, and during my last 2 decades, I don't know, I've got some apprenticeship or something like that
Mhm.
in very different working environments, and this one because I can compare like sometimes we have young people here really like they finish their school, it's first job, and they because it's first job they say like I don't like this one, I don't like that one, but some of them they just leave the company and they are back in a couple of months because they
Right.
try something different.
They don't realize how good they've got it.
Like yeah, just check the true world out there, and you will see.
That's it. All right. So
Wow, that's weird.
bit of a practice one here.
Yeah,
He's glad that
okay.
he's getting the practice
I
in.
was gonna tell you, it's the rest of this vidcast will be
Just this.
it will
practice.
take ages. Yeah.
That's all right. Well, how's everyone holding up in chat anyway? Good to see you all. Hope you're all doing well. I can see lots of you chatting away. I'm sorry, we've been chatting away ourselves, learning more about Raven, who's our guest today. If you're just joining us, the research team lead here at SCS Software. We've been asking him a few questions to kind of get to know his history and how he got into SCS and what he's kind of up to at the moment. But don't worry, you haven't really missed out on too much. You can always watch a replay here on Twitch. They'll have the VOD available for 30 days, but we'll also upload it to our official YouTube channel where you can see our previous 3 interviews. The first we had with Namiro, second with Jacob, who's the ATS map lead, and then I got interviewed last week, which is a bit of a crazy turn of switching seats. Usually I'm sitting here, but no, Nimuro decided to interview me. And of course we have the parking challenge as well, which Raven is practicing for right now. It's a bit of a rehearsal before the real deal. So he's just kind of finding his bearings. So, but yeah, you can find all of those at our YouTube channel as well. Good to see your Alien Being 99 in the chat. We got Amazing ATS, Mr. Paul Baxter Gaming, 55.6, Asus, Cuba, Fernando, and also over live on Steam as well. Antares, Vlacorn, Singh Jews, or I don't know if that's the correct way of pronouncing your name, but hello to everyone that's watching over live on Steam as well. I think it's time for another giveaway. We'll do another giveaway for Road to the Black Sea for Euro Truck Simulator 2.
What? Really?
Is the game being mean to you? It's so close.
Yeah. Actually, I don't know if I can use external camera, but it's much easier.
You know, people say you shouldn't, but I allow it. It doesn't matter too much. You know, a bit flexible. So.
I'm inside.
No.
No. That's a steering wheel. It's unusual because usually I play it with a gamepad.
Right.
Should I apologize myself again? Because I have the reflector here and I can see behind the truck. Oh, okay.
The light is very bright. It's like being a dentist, but it's much brighter. Okay, so we're going to do another keyword giveaway over our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/SCS Software. And since you just completed your parking,
after 15 minutes,
15 minutes, what we're going to do, the keyword is going to be ding. It's going to be like the green ding. That's what you get when you park and you get it in. So D-I-N-G, ding.
Raven was better, but...
I mean, yeah, we're not going to do... Can't repeat the same words.
Do it.
So D-I-N-G, ding, green ding, is your keywords. If you want to enter to win a copy of Road to the Black Sea for Euro Truck Simulator 2, now is your chance. And I'm sure you'll find another job.
Should I take shorter ones?
Yeah, maybe find a shorter one, because time is flying. Time is flying.
Okay,
that
give me more questions.
Right.
I'll be driving here.
Well, actually, we've gone through most of the questions already, but luckily, we do have a quick question round that will be coming up. But I'll let you get on the road first and get yourself settled.
Yeah.
I don't want to throw them at you straight away. So we'll focus on the giveaway first. So the keyword is ding, folks. And of course, a little bit later, I mean, you can post some now if you wanted. If you do have any questions for Raven, do let us know. He might not be able to answer everything, especially about current things that he's doing, but if I see any appropriate questions, then I will attempt to ask him.
I'm not cheating, you know, I'm just simulating.
No. Yeah, that's what you do.
Looking out of the cab.
Look at the back, yep. That's completely fine, I reckon.
Like the proper truck drivers.
That's a nice one. Mini Minecraft asking, will hoodies go on sale on the eShop? They might, just have to keep checking back over at eShop.scsoft.com. There's a lot of things on sale over at the eShop if you haven't checked it out already. We have a big clearance sale because unfortunately the eShop is closing down. You can find out more information about that at our blog, blog.scsoft.com. But in turn of that, we do need to try move a lot of the merchandise that we do have currently here at the offices. So we're having a sale. You can find a lot of items for €5. So don't go check it out and make sure to grab those items fast because they are disappearing very quickly as well.
Okay. Are they writing something bad about me?
No, not at all.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it's fine.
Just give me the names and they will never ever win anything. I'll check the replay or footage.
That was quite the image you guys posted on the Facebook for orders. Yeah, it's honestly, I think that size has now doubled since we took that picture of all the boxes on the reception desk. They're now all down the corridor and they're trying to store them, but there's so many of them going out that there's quite a heap.
I went for
of them.
lunch today and I just found myself like taking some boxes out of the building.
Exactly.
It's everywhere.
You come through and you just they just pass them to you. Take this.
Yeah.
So, okay, now I have the boxes. Okay, that sounds good.
That's what we do.
All right. All right. Well, what we're going to do now, you're getting onto the roads. At the end of this journey, which isn't too long, I'm going to try out that parking challenge. Nothing to be worried about. I think
Is
I have good confidence in you considering.
Okay, so once I click, like I'm gonna taking the hardest option.
Yes.
Since the time is ticking.
Well, you click the hardest option, and then we'll let you prepare yourself, and then I'll start the timer on my phone. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Just keep it chill, yeah. But yeah, so we'll do that at the next delivery point. But in the meantime, we do have a few more questions for you, and it's what we like to call the hot fire or quick questions round. And basically, we have a list of questions here, and we're just going to fire them at you. And they're very short questions, but you can answer them as complex as you want. Maybe we'll ask you some extra questions, but they're very simple questions. So the first one being is, do you prefer ATS or ETS2?
It's like you have two kids. And
Right.
Which one is better, you know? As a gamer, I prefer ETS because that's the game I have like around 100 hours spent in the game.
Mhm.
That's kind of, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, ETS2.
And ATS, it's like when I'm thinking about work, that's kind of another kid from a little bit different environment or with different, you know, partner or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
But yeah, ATS in this thing, because let's say there were many things they've got through my hands,
Mhm.
and yeah,
Good stuff. Okay, so
so 50-50, let's say.
50-50.
And now,
fair enough.
now from my position, I have to focus on both. So let's say I deal with when I deal with some research, I have to do ATS and ETS as well.
True.
Depends what's in the flame right now, or you know what's just burning us. Kind of.
Wow. A lot of people here is shouting their hours in the chat, saying ATS for me 3,300 hours in ATS and about 18 ETS2. They're trying to flex. I've got some
well,
flexes in the chat
I
today.
can say
1,500 hours in ETS2, 3,000 hours in ATS.
I can say like I have another account as a like for work.
Yep.
Because that one is like proper
Personal account.
like simulating. You know,
Mhm,
I'm pretty. You know, I don't like when people don't use blinkers or turning lights. That's what I do usually when I can hear the game. Of
Right.
course, I love the sound of engine brake, which
Mhm.
I'm pressing right now, I guess, and all the stuff like pretending I'm really driver. But sorry, not today.
I mean, you're kind of thrown off because there's no sound or anything,
Yeah.
so it happens. It happens, unfortunately. But yeah, lots of people here kind of flexing their hours in the chat. This person's claiming here they have 6,600 hours in Euro Truck Simulator. Is that legit?
Wow.
If that's legit, send that to our Twitter at SCS Software. I would like to see if that's legit. Speedy UK1. 6,600 hours. I can't imagine playing a game for that long.
We
but
will
maybe
send him footage of me driving a truck.
that's your reward.
No, it's punishment, sir.
Okay, moving on to the next question. Which truck is your favorite in game? If you have a favorite truck.
Actually, it's this Volvo in ETS.
Mm-hmm.
That's the new Volvo because the lights are cool. But basically, before I started to play the game, Scania was my favorite. But then I realized this one is the strongest one and the coolest one. When you, okay, I shouldn't do that. But when you have a look, this is cool.
Especially with the new tuning pack as well.
I can drive from this view. It's gonna be better. Okay, and ATS, it's yeah, that's difficult. The old ones are really nice,
Classics.
but from new ones probably Mac. But it's very hard. That international is it's very nice as well. So
Okay, well, good to know. Either way, I mean, yeah, tough question. Do you have a favorite DLC for either of the games?
It's all the memories when I could roleplay the game. It's Scandinavia.
Scandinavia, yeah,
Yeah.
Scandinavia is a beautiful area with Norway and Sweden.
And of course going east because there is Czech Republic. But yeah, it's when you compare it with new DLCs, it looks a little bit outdated.
Yeah, I mean, I can relate. I said this on the last stream. You know, being someone really from the UK.
Oh no!
I
Not this
mean,
one.
yeah.
Yeah.
Not only is it left-hand drive, but also it's a little bit older. But you know, for the main part, the UK is
One
still
day,
there.
maybe.
One day, maybe.
One day.
One day. Interior or exterior camera driving?
Interior.
Interior.
I'm pretending I'm true driver, not now. But yeah, of course, this one. But sometimes I'm cheating with just when you are driving in the real life, you can feel a little bit different perspective. You can see things like peripheral vision, or how is it
Peripheral
called?
vision, yeah.
Yeah, so it's something a little bit different. Because usually when I drive a car in the streets, I don't drive like that. Seriously.
Hey, it's a simulation.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
okay. No
So
problem.
I'm cheating when I'm reversing, but
Hey, that's what I mean. That goes on to our next question: is that do you prefer to do hard or easy parking?
always hard.
Always hard.
Yeah.
Ooh, he likes the challenge. Likes the challenge. That's good. Next question: do you have like a morning routine, or what's the first thing you kind of do in the morning? Like, how do you wake yourself up? Is it just coffee or
Postponing my alarm?
your what?
It's like, I don't know, 6:30.
Oh.
You just press it. It's 10 minutes. It's
Yeah.
6:40,
Snooze.
6:50. Yeah, exactly.
Snooze,
So usually I'm
snooze.
like, I don't know, it takes 40 to 50 minutes to get
To
out.
wake up. I have a terrible. I'm not sure if it's a habit or just my brain knows just to do it all the time. Like, I think my alarm list on my phone is just like miles long. You can just keep scrolling
Yeah,
forever. And I kind of worry sometimes that my neighbours can
No, I'm
maybe
not gonna
hear
hit
my
that.
alarm.
Sorry? What was it?
I worry sometimes that my neighbours can hear my alarm just going off like for hours on end from the early
Thin walls.
morning until like 8 a.m. or something. So yeah, I also have the same problem. But do you have anything that wakes you up? Do you usually have like a coffee or a drink or anything, or do you just kind of go out the door
Usually
and
I've
leave?
got my first coffee at work.
Okay.
It's kind of nice routine. I drink tea.
And drink
Th-
tea.
That should please you.
That's man.
And,
First person on this stream to say that they prefer to have the tea than the coffee. I'd say. Or do you prefer tea or coffee?
How to say?
You have a tea in the
It's
morning.
like 50-50.
50-50.
Yeah,
Okay.
first thing it's tea, but of course day without coffee it's not like proper day. But one of the benefits in this company is like you can drink a lot of coffee,
Mhm.
but after 3 weeks here I was drinking just coffee. I don't know, 4 coffees, whoa, it's free. But I haven't drink anything else, so I've got some like one day I felt some pretty bad pain, so I spent some few hours in hospital and
Oh,
I've got some
yikes.
issues because then I realized I drink more coffee than water, so
Mhm.
I had to change my routine. So yeah, now it's like one coffee per day.
Gotcha. And what kind of tea do you like? Do you have a certain flavour that you like of tea?
Probably doing once.
Green tea.
Yeah.
Good choice. Good choice.
Not with milk, never.
He's out my books now. He's out my
Okay.
books now. Always with milk. Always good. Okay, maybe not green tea though, because that's like more of a herbal tea, right? I would say herbal teas you should have with just as normal, but any other tea like English breakfast and stuff, pour some milk into it
I mean, okay.
and some sugar, 2 sugars.
No sugar.
No
No
sugar.
sugar at all, even
This
not
guy-
in the coffee.
This guy's a savage.
Oh, yeah.
Right, people are reminding me about the giveaway in the chat because people are still saying ding, so we're going to quickly move on to that, and then we've got the rest of the questions.
They didn't say Raven, I can't hear
They
them.
didn't say even no. They were saying ding from the parking. So what we're going to do, we're going to roll that giveaway for Road to the Black Sea very quickly now. We'll give you 5 more seconds. If you didn't enter, the keyword is ding in the Twitch chat, and we'll be rolling it. People are saying now dong, like it's a clock, ding dong.
No.
All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and congratulations to our winner, TTV Pun. If you
That's
give
like
us a good pun, I will be
Pun?
very
Yeah.
happy.
You will get some special prize. No.
From Raven.
No.
I mean, he's providing
He's
it.
the pun master.
Pun master. Have you seen my puns?
Of course. all
Are
the
they
time.
famous? All the time.
Yeah.
Terrible? Are they terrible puns?
No.
No? Okay, they're decent. Some people don't like them. Some people do. Some people find them too cheesy.
Sometimes. But you know, I'm trying my puns as well, but usually it's nonsense because my English it's not so.
But congratulations anyway, TTV Pun. I'll be messaging you your key now via Twitch Whisper. So look out for that. Somebody said, love the AU pun. Did you catch that one? The AU pun that I put in the recent gold blog of mine? It was like AU-some. Is that awesome? But because
nice.
the gold
I
the
was
gold element is AU, so I mean
You know, I was
bit
I was
geeky.
I was like braking now and just thinking I'm gonna hit the sign or something. So sorry.
there we go. There you go. I sent you your key CTV pun. Hopefully you enjoy Road to the Black Sea. And we'll do maybe one more giveaway. If we have time, we'll do one more towards the end. Okay, back to the questions though. Quick questions round. Do you have a favourite food?
Pizza, burger, Thai food.
Those are your top 3.
Actually, it's kind of a pleasure or to eat.
Really enjoy it.
Yeah,
I can
especially in Australia, I was just trying all the cuisines.
Did you ever try kangaroo in Australia?
Yes, but it's nothing. I don't like wild meat,
Mm-hmm.
so it's kind of tough.
It's like, yeah, if you don't, so I heard that you have to cook it perfectly, otherwise it gets really rubbery. Like a tire, it was just like, you're just chewing on it forever. So, yeah, no, I mean, that's an interesting thing to say you tried.
The aftertaste, it's kind of like wild.
Yeah, you can taste it, right?
Yeah,
very
so
gaming is what they call it. Like, very gaming.
Yeah, that's not my preference. So.
Yeah, no, interesting.
But I can say I've tried.
That's good. That's good. Was there any other crazy foods that you tried out there, or not really? I had a camel burger.
No,
No.
probably some worms.
Worms?
Yeah, because there's a lot of there's big Asian market as well. Like you can try in Thailand or when you are in Thailand. So these kind of specialties.
Was it just on like a stick, or how did they?
No, it was just a little bag with the big fat worms.
And were they mixed with anything like salt? Or
Yeah, just some herbs. It wasn't so bad actually. It's a crunchy.
They're
thing.
moving. Oh, I said they're
oh,
fried.
No,
No.
no. Actually, I've tried once raw prawn,
Okay.
but yeah, it was the taste was, you know, why to eat it in this way when you can eat it like I don't know as sushi, like done or. You know, this thing raw, it's nothing for me. I've tried again, and it looks kind of disgusting when you open.
Yeah, and all this stuff comes out. Yeah. Fair enough. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I can't imagine eating worms. I'm glad that they weren't live, but fried. I guess they were fried or something.
Yeah. Or I don't know actually. it didn't look fried.
You didn't die, and that's the main part.
No, it wasn't. For sure, it wasn't alive, but it wasn't cooked. But for me, it was the time when before I went to Australia. I've never experienced there were no experiments with food. You could get things you can get in Czech, but there I used to share my flat with Koreans, and I realized that there's Korean cuisine, and there was so many good things. Tteokbokki, of course, kimchi, many things.
Sounds good, man.
Yeah.
I'm jealous.
I've met one Japanese girl. She was my flatmate, and she was drinking tea with milk.
Now that
That's-
fair.
That's
No.
weird.
That's good.
No.
No.
Even Japanese people are.
Good. I respect you, Japanese people. Thank you for having our back. Speaking of drinks, do you have a favorite drink?
Of course. Like soft drinks, it's Coke.
Yeah.
The original one, or Pepsi, but no the things without sugar. It doesn't work.
Doesn't
It's
work the
original
same for you?
one. And beers like IPAs. I don't have to. I just someone is drinking wine, so I love IPAs because now it's more common in Czech Republic, but before it was like a couple of years ago it was kind of unusual.
Yes. Yeah.
It's all these like small craft breweries. It's a thing now. So yeah, like I guess it's from UK.
Yeah, we have
originally.
tons of them. Like you
Yeah.
go into
But I don't like
some
the
certain areas of
British
London. Some certain areas of London, like every other pub is selling IPAs now.
Yeah.
There's tons of them, so many experimental ones and everything, and it's really interesting. And some of them you just have to try it because you don't know until you try it. So you just kind of have
But
to.
the irony is, I loved like Australians beers, like Australian beers, and from New Zealand. And when I checked some ratings in international ratings, they put like 30%.
Oh.
So I'm not specialized. I just like it. I just like the taste and the smell. You know, it's something like with wine. People drinking wine just always taste it with nose and everything. So it's kind of.
Well, one thing that confused me in Australia was that, much like most of the world, drinking and driving is illegal, right? Can't be under the influence while driving, can't be drinking while driving.
It's like zero tolerance.
But in Australia, I've never seen this anywhere but in Australia. They have drive-through alcohol shops. Did you see those?
Yeah.
They have the bottle-os, is what they call them. The bottle-os. Oh, there was one that was like the Thirsty Camel. I think it was a camel one. Or the VB. They had the VB ones. But yeah, literally, like you roll up into what looks almost like a gas station, and on either side you just have
Yeah,
and alcohol, and have an attendant
it's
who's like, "What can I
drive-through.
get for you?" And he takes stuff out of the fridge and stuff, and it's like, but it doesn't make. I mean, it's. I guess they love their drinks a lot over there. That
If
they
you
have
wanna
drive-throughs,
drink
but
alone at home.
you shouldn't. Yeah, I almost kind of defied the fact that maybe you shouldn't drink and drive, but they have drive-through alcohol shops.
No, you shouldn't drink and drive, but you have to take it home, somehow.
I thought it was amazing, but it's just kind
Yeah.
of so weird to me. But yeah, I just remember seeing it one day, and these guys were just loading all these like massive packs of pallets of stuff in the back of their utes. But yeah,
The thing I liked was like that 0.3 beer bottles, because usually
Oh,
here
yeah.
it's standard is 0.5 liters. So it's just nice size, because when you have lunch and you just got this small beer, it's nice. That one is too big.
but yeah, I found that very interesting to have that in Australia. Okay, do you have a favorite band or type of genre of music or anything like that?
I'm the guy who likes music like all my life.
Mm-hmm.
I've got like
You like
collections.
everything?
Not
Oh.
everything.
No?
Usually I don't like products or popular mainstream kind of.
Like pop and stuff.
Yes, I was like, I don't know, when I was since 12, I liked underground. Everything is connected somehow, and it has some soul. It's not just a product. I like Lady Gaga, which is a product, but that's guilty pleasure.
She can be experimental sometimes.
Yeah,
Sometimes.
yeah. Actually, the sound is awesome.
Mm.
But usually, I don't know, if I should say, really, it's like a lot of indie stuff, but black metal, industrial, and all the stuff around industrial, like I don't know, agrotech,
Mhm.
and some dark and drum and bass. If I should talk about UK, what you should
We
know.
have a big drum and bass scene. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know we do. Yeah, we have a lot of. I have quite a few friends who have always tried to get into it, but it's always a lot of drum and bass happening over there. We love it.
It was my Australia, and it was like
Yeah.
drum and bass years. I was like all the time on the party. Now I'm too old for it.
All right, and going on to another hard question, which I found incredibly hard. Do you have a favorite movie?
Again.
No, all movies.
Yeah, it's same. Like all the people sitting around me, they are talking about some like comics movies,
Mhm.
like superheroes. Wow, the last one was probably I've seen was the first Spider-Man. It
Oh,
was, like
really?
15 years ago.
Wow,
And
okay.
Since the time, it's
A bit behind then.
It's more like I like Lars von Trier, David Lynch, and their like kind of experimental movies. But from mainstream, Drive.
Oh, Drive. Yeah, yeah.
That was pretty cool. And when I was researching some oil pumps, the movie There Will Be Blood is just awesome. It's
Ooh.
about, let's say, beginning of oil industry.
Okay.
It's for some people it's very hard to watch this movie, but it's so like intense. Just music and everything.
I haven't seen that.
And the actors.
I'll have to watch it.
Yeah.
I'll have to watch it. Yeah, sounds good. All right. Do you have any sort of? Or do you have a favorite game that you've ever played? Do you have like one that you're really addicted to, or maybe it's like a classic that
I'm
you've
not
really
proper
enjoyed?
gamer. If I say like I play every week, it's not like that. I have like, let's say, 5 times in a year.
Mhm.
I'm stuck with something and I play the game like, I don't know, 7 hours for 1 week or something. It's just a bit crazy. And then like 2 months, nothing. So historically it's like Command and Conquer Red Alert, the first one. That's
Nice,
like
nice.
game of my heart.
Classic.
Mafia 1. I play FIFA as well because I like soccer in general.
Okay. cool.
And like modern games or like still fresh games, it's Long Dark.
Mhm,
That's
mhm.
survival. It's really good atmosphere. You are just isolated in the winter,
Mhm.
and it's really nice. It's the isolation. And the atmosphere is really good, and it's very like stylish graphic, but it works with me.
Hey, that's good. Yeah, I mean, again, it's another hard question because there's so many genres out there and stuff. I found it really hard to kind of decide on one game as well. On the subject of kind of gaming, are you more of a PlayStation, Xbox, or PC gamer?
I guess PC,
Mhm.
but it's nothing unusual in Czech Republic because still I believe PC here it's it's number one here.
Yeah,
I guess.
I guess a lot of Europe would be the same.
Yeah, US it's completely different. I believe
like
there are
consoles.
consoles.
Is the winner over
but
there?
here, yeah, I don't know why is that. Probably because the consoles got here a little bit later.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
With the, Iron Curtain at that time. There were consoles abroad, but not here.
Yeah.
Or the something that was before consoles.
But I mean, I guess it's becoming a little bit more affordable for a lot of people with the
Yeah,
recent,
now it's pretty easy.
like,
I believe
Xbox.
it's changing.
It's like the new Xbox. I think the Series S is like $299,
Oh, yeah.
and then the bigger model is $499, and then same for the new Nvidia graphics cards as well. It's like the 3080, which is like
He hit me. It wasn't me.
which is like 2 times the power of a 2080 Ti.
Don't play.
It's only like $599 or $499 or something like that.
I live in small
Bit more
flat.
accessible, so
I don't have TV.
I don't have a
co-
TV either,
Console
yeah.
is not for me.
yeah, I don't have a TV either. And I heard you have to have a TV license here as well, even if you just own a screen for TV.
Actually, I'm not sure how
I'm
it
not
is.
sure how it works. I heard.
I have computer and I
Yeah,
watch.
that's what I have.
That's what I need, and yeah.
Happy days.
Probably I'm not gonna play Last of Us.
Mm.
That's interesting game,
Mhm.
but yeah, still, my Steam is loaded with I don't know
Things that you haven't played yet.
100 games, and I will never play some of them. And it's sad to say it, but that's the reality. And I
Yeah.
believe many people many people have some issue.
Yeah, I mean it happens. It happens. It's
It's
okay.
tough life, you know.
That's it. It gets busy.
Yeah.
It gets busy. Right, well, that's all of our quick fire questions, and you're not too far away from your delivery, so I don't want to get into another big topic. But if anyone from the chat has a question for Raven that's kind of on topic, or maybe a more of a personal question, or something that he likes, or maybe something you want to find out about him, now's your time to throw it into the chat. Or if you have any other kind of generic questions, we'll do our best to answer it. But we'll see what people come up with. What is the most interesting or unusual fact that you've learned while doing research for these games? From Hoyi Havshi. Hoyi Havshi. She? I don't know if that's correct. But do you have a very unusual fact or interesting fact that you've learned when doing research about a certain area or thing that you can remember?
So many things.
His brain right now is just like
Oh yeah.
all this
You can
data.
see it.
Bit of smoke's gonna come out the top in a second.
Most interesting. It's, let's say I was checking many things about farms. So let's say all the acids when you have silage bunker.
Mhm.
I was reading stuff about like acids producing in that stuff, and I said like, wow, I'm too deep into this
We're
topic.
going deep,
it's,
man.
it's not interesting. It's kind of questions or topics I never thought I will be dealing with.
Right.
But in general, it's everything. Historically, I was doing a lot of ATS, so just history of that state, or I know what's the capital of Idaho. It's like if you ask some person in the street what's capital of Idaho, they will ask what is Idaho.
You learn a lot on the job, right?
Yeah, I mean like it's people know that it's state in the U.S., but these knowledge, or say more than 2 cities in Utah, and I can say 6, 7, 8.
Yeah. I think I'm kind of very similar, but on a much less, a lot smaller scale even, of when I'm doing the blogs, because I write a majority of the blogs, and those take a little bit of research as well to kind of find out the surrounding areas, and I find out some cool things that I never would have thought about, like, and it makes it much cooler when you're driving in the game. You're like, oh yeah, there's this, and this is what happened in that area. Trying to do a bit of research about the landmarks and stuff. It's quite cool.
Sometimes you realize that in some areas there is some animal, and there is, I don't know, 3 times more of this kind of animal than people in the state.
Right, yeah.
This information is always interesting.
Alright. Let's see if we can see any other questions here. If you have any questions, throw them into the chat now. This person saying, are you a laptop gamer or a desktop gamer? So do you have like a main PC or just
When
a
I'm
laptop?
talking before 2020, I've got laptop, because I was traveling a lot in Australia. Actually, I've got pretty nice laptop there. So 2013. I've got a nice laptop and I was able to play some games,
Mhm.
not so ancient games. And since the time I was playing, and this year in the beginning, just before Corona hit us, I've just got proper desktop.
It must feel good.
Yeah, with 2 screens and
Nice.
you know, it was like just in time.
And is that your first desktop that you've owned yourself?
No,
Or no, you've had them in the past.
before like ages ago. But these computers, you know, the time even my phone is stronger than these computers. Probably
Yeah,
I've
they
got
slow down
my-
pretty quickly, right?
Yeah, before I went abroad, I've got desktop.
True that. All right, we're not far away from our delivery point now. And then, are you ready for the parking challenge? You think you're
I
mentally
can't
ready for
say
it?
I'm ready.
Well, I think my prediction is you're going to do okay because Nimuro, he was the very first person to do the parking challenge
How?
because he was the first person on the stream to do it. When he was the first interview person.
He should be first when he was first person.
I mean, he was first when he came first, but he was the only one. But
Okay,
he did
just
it.
for 1 week.
He did it in 4 minutes. It took him. So he has the slowest time currently. And I think you're going to do better than that. I think it's fine. I don't think you'll
Can you
have an
say
issue.
that like that?
Yeah, I'm pretty confident, man.
Isn't he gonna be angry?
No,
Sure.
he'll be fine.
Should I be slower than him?
No, you should be faster though.
Sorry,
You
thank
should
you.
definitely be faster.
Let's say if I'll be slower, I said like I've done it for Nemiro.
Okay, we'll go with that.
That's
a good excuse, I
That
like
was
it.
my plan from the beginning. It's adrenaline.
Ooh, this car doesn't know how to use the roundabout. Duh. I like that stop sign. It's funny.
Yes. Okay, good. It's early morning.
It is. No traffic. Well, folks, if you're just joining us, unfortunately, we are coming towards the end of our stream. But that's okay because we will be uploading this stream over on our Twitch channel. I mean, it will be uploaded and saved automatically there by Twitch themselves. But we'll also be uploading it in the near future to our YouTube channel as well. You can find the previous 3 streams for our SCS interviews with developers when we've spoken to a various amount of them. And of course, we'll speak to more in the future, but you can find them over our YouTube channel. Just search up SCS Software, you'll be able to find them for sure. All good?
Yeah.
There we go. Taking the Y turn.
Gamepad is good.
See, some people do prefer it with the gamepad.
He hit me.
Yep, I agree.
You've seen that.
I saw it with my own eyes.
No more questions.
No,
From you,
it
or
seems
from
like
someone?
we've been having a few little issues with Twitch. Twitch keeps going up and down. I think they're having a few API issues. So the chat kind of goes quiet for a minute and then suddenly it
It's
all
because
scrolls up
everybody's
and
watching me, you know.
you've made the platform too popular.
I'm the celebrity.
Yeah,
yes.
you've effectively just crashed the site with too many fans coming to see you.
Internet is breaking down.
Yeah, and if you have any ideas for any future streams, folks, then do let us know. You can let us know on the forums, or on the social media as well, on our Twitter and our Facebook. If you're not already following, you can find that below in the Twitch channel. All right, so the time has come.
So done. I don't have to. No?
Almost. I've got to pull out the timer here and get this ready as well. Here we go. So I've got the official SCS Software phone.
Is it official? Do we have something like that?
No, it's not. It's my phone.
But it should be checked with some committee if it works properly. You know?
It does. We've checked it. You know, it's done a good job
My
4
fault.
times.
I'm cheating already. I'm not reversing yet.
Nope. But you will be turning into this.
Now it's gonna.
What is the time to beat? That is a good question. Let me just bring it up for you. Because we have posted
No,
the
don't
time.
say it. You know, then I will be like over motivated and.
No, I'll say it. People are asking. It'll be fine. So,
I'm just wondering, what if the spot will be at the end of the depot? It will take ages to get there.
Oh, you can drive a little bit closer to it if it is. That's fine. I guess it's no problem. I don't know. We don't really have any kind of official rules written down. Maybe we should.
So are we
But,
gonna do that?
Okay, yeah, the hard one. Okay, so in 3rd place currently, we have Namiro at 4 minutes 06. Jacob, the Map DLC lead, at 2:25, and then I'm number 1. I didn't want to flex, but I've got the 1st place here with 1 minute 13.
It's
so-
your phone, isn't it?
No, I didn't time my
Okay,
own
oh,
one. I didn't
shoot.
time my own one. So,
Let's go.
hang on, where's the delivery point? Are you close
It's
to
at
it?
the end.
It's at the end.
Just
Did
do
you
it
want it
for-
because everyone else's was closer?
No, just do it. I can
Just do it?
That will be my apology that I wasn't.
All right. Well, if you're ready, we're ready. We have the timer ready to go here, folks. Your time starts in 3, 2, 1, go.
We can go this way. Hopefully, yes.
It's all right. No pressure. Keep it
It's like
still.
Formula One, you know. Just a little bit slower.
It's all right. I
Uh,
won't talk much so you can concentrate.
so can I use the external camera?
If you really want to, yes.
Yeah. But I shouldn't. Oh, it's a good one.
So if you tuned in, folks, this is the parking challenge with Raven.
It looks easy, but it's not gonna be easy. Wow, was it? Sorry.
Doing good.
There is this song, "The Time Is Running Out" from Muse in my.
Our time is running
Yeah.
out. It's just playing in your head over and over.
Yep. Now I just hit the wall.
It's close.
It's like lottery. Is it gonna be?
No way. Wow. Okay. How do you think you did? How did
I
you
don't
think you did?
know. Second place. It's.
Is it officially? I mean, it did go green, right? It went green.
Yeah, of
It did
course.
go
There
green.
was
So it went
T.
green.
There was.
I stopped it when it went green, so we're going to count that. We're going to count that. That's fine. So, from before, 406 for Namiro. Jacob did a 225, and currently at number 1 is myself with 113. You did it in 1 minute, 1485.
Oh!
So close. Slow. I mean,
No.
look. 1 minute 14
That's
and
your phone.
85
No,
milliseconds.
no.
1 minute 40. So close, folks. Second place, though. Happy with second place?
Yeah, actually now yes.
Yeah.
Actually,
Wow.
if you tell me before, I would take it. But
Well, I mean, that's a good effort. I mean, considering you had to drive a lot longer than most people as well, I think if we let you get a bit closer, maybe you would have smashed that record. But
next time.
next time. That's it, next time. Well, folks, unfortunately, that is all we've got time for. Time has gone quickly. I can't
actually,
believe it. It's
It wasn't
gone.
so bad.
It wasn't too bad, yeah.
Yeah, it was nice. Chat.
So, yeah, no, we got to speak with you, learn a little bit more about you as well. So thank you for joining us on the stream this evening.
Pleasure to
It's
be
been an
here.
absolute pleasure. And we'll leave you with one more question, is that, do you have anything you'd like to say to the community out there?
Just keep following us. It's a pleasure to have community like you, and say we will need some help on the forums as well. So just go to that section. It's like research. I believe it's research. There are sections ATS and ATS, and just pick the correct one, or you would like to add something, and it will help us. So we are waiting for you there.
Cool, good stuff. Well, thank you very much. It's been great to get to know you a little bit more and about what you do within the research department. You guys do wonders over there, so send our greetings and thanks and everything else over to the whole team as well. And hopefully maybe we'll get another one over here on the stream maybe. Who knows, we'll see in the future what happens. But yeah, that's all we have time for, folks. If you've just missed us, you can catch this again in the near future on our YouTube channel or over our Twitch channel. It'll be up for 30 days. But until then, that's all from us. Big thank you as well to our guy Philip over in the production area. Massive thank you for him for having everything set up and for being here as
He's
well.
sleeping.
He's not
Hey.
sleeping.
Come on.
And we hope you as well have a wonderful evening wherever you are in the world. We hope you have a great morning, evening, afternoon, or good night. And we'll see you again very, very soon. from all of us. Catch you later. See you later,
Thank
everyone.
you very much.
Bye.
See ya. Take care.